Hello, Pisces. Welcome to Lotus Heart Tarot. I'm so happy to have you here. If you're new to the channel, welcome, welcome. These messages are general, so take what resonates and leave the rest. We're just going to dive right in. A lot of earthy energy I felt this morning. Very grounded, which is kind of nice. Mercury retrograde's been wreaking havoc. Thanks for leaving your stories in the comments yesterday. All right, you guys. For Pisces. A lot of electronics with with issues right now, especially appliances. Yikes. All right, Pisces. Okay. Pisces, this is really interesting. The energy that I'm getting here is wow, this is wild. It's like giving me this vibe that there's some repeated pattern that you've experienced in your life that has actually led you to gain almost like a specialization, like special skills, special knowledge, special wisdom, special understanding, you have been through a transformative process. Or you're going through a transformative process here where it's almost like it's becoming visible, or you're starting to reap the reward of the wisdom that you've acquired through sort of some kind of repeating pattern in your life. You're starting to see that, like, okay, I've actually gained... I can see how what I learned from that is bringing beauty, or is bringing opportunity, or is bringing change into my life. Change was the word that resonated the most when I said it. So there is this energy of you are creating something new, and you're creating something new from a different place than you've ever really started off from before, because you have real knowledge here. I feel like I feel like it was a heavy pattern. I feel like it was a hard pattern. I get this feeling where it's like you have really learned how to navigate possibly social situations, or you have really learned how to it's like even alchemize something that is dark or sad or hurtful or caused your suffering. You've learned how to alchemize, or it's not even that you've learned how, you have alchemized or transformed it, or you will be, into something that is very, very helpful and very, very positive while you are creating this new chapter in your life. So let's dive deeper. It's one thing when we live through an experience and we look back and we say, oh, that's what I learned and that's the gift. And it's another thing entirely when we integrate that gift into the way we navigate moving forward, and we see the result. We see it's almost like an expansion of ease, or it's like some things that would have bothered you, or things that might have caused your suffering in the past no longer can have that effect on you. It's like making you you know what I'm getting? I'm getting this tree in Maui. I don't know if you guys saw that, but those horrible, horrible, awful fires that went through Maui, and there's this very, very special spiritual tree, and it caught on fire, and people were not sure if it was going to make it, if it was going to live. But it's like the phoenix rising from the ashes. It's living, it's surviving. And that's sort of how I feel. And it's almost having this new life and almost taking on this new meaning. And it's almost like it's indestructiveness, or it's resiliency, or it's, reaching down deep into the core of its life force energy I know that sounds sort of dramatic, but it's like, I feel like you've had to tap into that, or you've had to tap into that deep inner strength before, maybe several times. And it's like, once you shed and let go of, the ash of the scars of what happened, or you allow them to scar, but you're not any longer wounded or vulnerable in that way, like, whether you're going to survive is no longer in question, and you can sort of start to apply all of that energy into this new life. It's like, it has sort of a profound effect. And it's like something that you notice, something that you see the effect, as within, so without, I guess is what I'm trying to say. So like, as this has happened within you, it's like everything around you is even changing, even maybe the way that you're viewed. Not that I think that that's of super importance to you, but it's, yeah, okay, see, I say that, and yeah, look at that. Oh my God, how weird is that? It says destruction, and there are leaves on it, and I was totally getting that tree in Maui. I'm sorry, you guys, the sun is shining very brightly in my window, and I don't know how to make it so you can see that better. Oh, there you go. It's weird. Wow, underneath that is this fate, which is this egg, which is like a new beginning. Wow, and I literally said you're alchemizing or transforming. Sometimes the cards freak me out, and they're freaking me out right now. Okay, and then I said, I think it's changing the way you're viewed, and what card fell out upright but the self-love peacock. So it's like, sometimes when you discover your own resilience or your own strength or your own capacity to survive, yes. Oh, you are definitely, oh gosh, Pisces. Yes. Okay. So, sometimes you can gain new appreciation for yourself, and, self-love. We talk about it and we sort of gloss over it. We're sort of like, love yourself, know your worth, know your value. But what is self-love? Self-love is really looking yourself in the eye and channeling your maker, that divinity, whatever that is to you, whatever that means to you, and thanking yourself and thanking the universe or that divine being for being you exactly the way that you are. Flaws, faults, perfections, imperfections, strengths and weaknesses, but it's a carefully harmonized, balanced, very, very, very unique and specialized being that's looking back at you in the mirror when you do that. And, you are a survivor, regardless of whether you've had a hard time in life or an easy time in life. You are a survivor. You've made it to this moment, to this point, whatever you've had to go through. Sometimes having it easy is not actually easy. But there is this energy of a radiance that it is coming from deep within you, to where even you are acknowledging you with you, your own sort of transformation, your own sort of change. And, there's a song, and it's by Brandy. And she's like, oh my gosh, you guys. Who is it by? It's Brandy Carlisle, I want to say. And it's like, it's, I'm looking. I have the song. It's, I don't want to get too stuck on it, but it's Brandy Carlisle. I don't know. It's like, I'm trying to search and it's not really easy. Brandy Carlisle, and it's like these wrinkles upon my face. It's, I don't know. It's like, it's everything. It has been earned. Everything, it has been, you are where you are and who you are and what you are in this moment in absolute perfection, even in the imperfectness of it all. And every moment, you know, you were present for. Every moment you were there. You earned everything that you are, everything that you have. And you know, whether, you know, in your head it's a lot or a little, it is miraculous and it is valuable. And who is to say what a lot and a little is? And what standards are we going by? And what right does anybody have to put any kind of standard on that? You know what I mean? On what is beauty, on what is, you know, anything. I know y'all haven't seen my face, but I got my wrinkles. All right, here we go. So anyway, then you have this Magi, the Magi energy, which is a bit of an alchemist energy, and we saw the alchemy under there. But the Magi, it is someone who is able to call forth from the ethers into reality, into being. They're a creator. And you have this formation energy, and I do feel the sense that you are creating this next chapter. You may not have any information about what it's going to look like, or you may have, you know, the basic parameters, but you have no idea what's coming. You have no idea what life is going to bring. You have no idea who you're going to meet. You have no idea how it's going to unfold. But the only thing that you have control over, truly, the only thing that you have, you know, kind of a say in is what is the foundation? What is the pillars for which you're going to stand for in this next chapter? What is, you know, the basic primary needs that you have met and how you have met them, and if you're satisfied with them or if you want to change them. You know, who is standing beside you, and is that person equally yoked to you? Are they as strong as you? Are they able to carry their own weight in your life, in the connection, whatever kind of relationship you have with them, work, friends, family, whatever? You know, there's just this energy of, and I feel like you are making some changes. These snakes are actually wrapped around these pillars, and you know, snakes have been coming up a lot lately, which I am not a fan of snakes, although snakes are good and they have their purpose and they're also miracles. But I just don't like to come across them. But they shed their skin in order to grow, and that is a process of letting go. And it's so, you know, nature teaches us everything that we need to know about life. And one of those things is that when we are ready for something new, and when we are ready to take on a new challenge, or when we are craving new energy or an infusion of new inspiration, or, you know, we want to make radical change, first we have to look within, and we have to look at what we can release and what we can let go of to make space for whatever new might come in. And that's this void energy, is like clearing out the space, letting go, shedding the skin, and making sure that what you're making your foundation is the strongest parts of everything that you have already created and everything that you've already been through, and a strong, strong sense of self and your own limitlessness. There is just this energy, I keep getting it, of like being burned down so that you can grow. Have you ever seen, like, they do controlled burns around here, and like they'll burn out a bunch of grass, like an area of a bunch of grass, and then you see these new bright green chartreuse little sprouts coming out after the burn goes, of new life and new grass and new, and that's just the energy I'm getting, plus that tree in Maui. All right, let's go. You have on the bottom of the deck, simple life, easy going, forever, the minimalistic lifestyle, making ends meet, happy on the inside, a practical relationship, finding joy in the small things. That's the 10 of Pentacles. The tree of life. Okay, you have parental figures, following parents' footsteps, traumatic upbringing, resentment towards family, turning into mom and dad, overbearing parent, intruding energy. Some of you may have had a difficult upbringing, or some of you may, you know, sort of start to sometimes go, oh my gosh, I sound like my mother, or I sound like my father. You have an eerie love, unexplainable bond, exchanging psychic energy, feel it in the bones, can't shake you off, signs are everywhere, running but can't hide. Running the show, bold gestures, making the first move, announcing one's intentions, no time to waste, confident and unafraid, leaving an impression. And then you have dropping hints, messages and lyrics, someone indirectly getting your attention, a shy person, crushing but not saying, liking posts, social media messages. Okay, so I'm just going to say that I feel for some of you, you're craving this companionship. You're craving someone to be along for the ride. That bicycle is actually giving me the Chariot vibes. But it's kind of like, you know, I don't need, what is that song? Oh my gosh, you guys, I'm getting so many songs right here. And I just don't sing. And so it's really hard to get them out to you. But there's this song of, it came out like, I don't know, maybe 7 or 8 years ago. And, let me see if I can hear it again. I always feel like songs have such, God, I can't even tell what this band is. Sorry, you guys. If I think of it, I'm going to put it up on the video. It's like 2 songs that are like, I don't need no extraordinary love, or I don't need, like, something like that. And then, but then there's this other song, and it's like, it was really popular on the radio like 7 or 8 years ago. I don't know, but it's like, you know, I don't need a superhero. I just need you to be, you know, someone who is reliable, someone who honors and cherishes, someone who's up for the adventure, someone who's open and willing to explore, someone who's met themselves deeply and is ready to meet me deeply, but doesn't always have to be deep. We can have fun, we can play, we can just enjoy the simple pleasures of life. For some of you, I feel like part of a pattern or a cycle that you're trying to break is coming from your upbringing, or somehow coming from like generational trauma, or something where it's like there is some pattern in your ancestry, or in your familial unit that you don't like, or that you think needs to stop with you, or needs to change. And I feel like you have done the work so that what you create, you will not be bringing it into. And then you have this running the show. When you are free of the things that hold you back, you are free to determine the boundaries. You are free to determine the goals. You are free to determine, you know, how tapped into the limitlessness that you carry within you are, and how you inspire others to kind of work with you or be around you. It's, yeah, wow. Okay, this woman put out a video the other day, like, I don't know, a couple of weeks ago, I guess. Her mother or father had just passed away, and they were a narcissist. It was her father. And she had gotten her daughter away from him, and the siblings, you know, what typically happens is there are siblings then that are also narcissistic, and they didn't even tell her about her father until after it happened, even though they could have told her beforehand and whatever. But she knew for her own safety and for the safety of her child, she had to get away from this family. And anyway, there's a lot of anger, there's a lot of disappointment, there's a lot of upset, but you're not like, it's not grief, it's weird. Anyway, I was just thinking as I watched it, you know, she's giving her daughter the opportunity to hear, I'm sorry, and I love you. and, you know, to experience something different. Wow, you guys, than what she experienced. Like she saw what the cycle was, and she was determined to do something different for her daughter. And it sort of feels like this energy around here. So take it as it resonates. That's not going to be for everyone. For some people, it's just like you're starting to feel like, oh my gosh, I sound just like my mother, or I sound like my father, or oh my gosh, I do that the same way my mom does that, or you know what I mean? Okay, and for some reason, I'm also getting like something around food. Like maybe you're realizing that the diet was not healthy or something, and you're focused on feeding people right or something like that. All right, so anyway, you have the King of Pentacles coming out with the Two of Cups. So there is a strong, strong partnership coming in here for you, I feel like. It can be in work or in business with the King of Pentacles, but this also, the King of Pentacles is the husband. Doesn't matter if you're male or female, or if you're looking for a husband or a wife. All it's saying is someone who's steady, stable, reliable, who is ready and willing to commit, who brings a sense of abundance and sees the value and worth in things, okay? And is coming from a firm foundation. You're ready for this because look, you have the Strength and the Moon. You've done the work. You have found this inner place within yourself of your own strength and your own ability to ask for what you want, to provide for yourself even, and to kind of overcome the lower vibrational aspects of your life, of yourself, of everything, including your own subconscious with the Moon card. And you also have a strong connection to your deep intuitive self and your deep emotional self. Some of you may be dealing with a Leo. I feel like I say that every day. You do have the King of Wands on the bottom of the deck, but I also think this is your energy. Wow, I said that bike reminds me of the Chariot, and there's the Chariot. This pillars reminded me of the Four of Wands, and there's the Four of Wands, and underneath that, the Ace of Swords. Pisces, it's about to get good. It is about to get good. You may not see it yet, but it may start revealing itself, or it may have, for some of you, started to reveal yourself. It started to be revealed here. But I feel like you are very certain about what you want and about what you're trying to create, and you're ready to go after it. You're ready to take charge in your own life here, I feel like, and do what you need to do, be who you need to be in order to kind of show up for yourself or create the life that you actually really want here. It's a really, really powerful and a really, really stable energy. And it is bringing in a really, really powerful and stable energy towards you to have some kind of relationship with here. There is an energy of healing too with this Two of Cups. There's also, I keep getting this energy of temperance. I think you may have shared loves with this person, like you have commonality, common interests even. Some of you may even share a love of animals. I don't know. Pisces, wow, you got the King of Cups on the bottom of the deck. You've got the Knight of Cups, the Star card energy, and the Hierophant. I mean, Pisces, I feel like you have a strong wish. I feel like you have a strong desire. I feel like you do have kind of your sights set on exactly what you want, what your wish fulfillment is. And I feel like you are sort of focused on it at this time. I also feel like you're in an energy of following your heart. I also feel like you're pretty emotionally stable right now, or you're getting yourself to this place of emotional stability where it's like you're not going to react emotionally to the things that are happening around you. That is all a distraction, and it's all around you. It's not you. It's not happening to you. It's happening around you, and it's happening for you. if you keep that mindset and that vision, and it's paving the way. It's like, I feel like things are almost even being removed, like obstacles are being removed, or things are just sort of happening to really clear the path, or to make it even obvious what direction to go in for your wish fulfillment here. I do feel like you have some kind of, you have this key here on the Hierophant, and there's always, well, I don't want to say there's always keys on the Hierophant card, but in Rider-Waite there's 2 keys that are crossed at the bottom, and you don't always see them when you're reading cards. When you're looking at the Hierophant, there's so many other things that are pulling your attention. But in this particular deck, that key is very prominent. And it's like, I feel as though you have figured out some key to your own happiness, or to, you know, like how to navigate to maintain your strength, or to just sort of, you know, focus forward and focus on your own goals, and not really get distracted by the people and things around you that are trying to sort of distract you from your goal. Yeah, it's like, I don't know. It could be friends, it could be family, it could be even you with you, your own limited mindset, your own like bad habits, your own, you know, whatever it is. It's like you're really figuring it out, and you're really coming to a place where you are not going to let anything get in the way. And this is like creating some kind of ascension for yourself. You know, sometimes we know what we need to do, but we really don't want to. We want someone to provide us a different answer. I actually was reading this thing about love the other day, and it was written by a psychologist, and she was saying that a lot of times we want to fall in love because it is easier for us to love someone else than it is for us to love ourselves. It's easier for us to build a relationship or build those feelings for someone else than it is for us to build those feelings for ourselves. So when we have an object of our love, of our affection that we are trying to build with or whatever, we can sort of put all of our energy into like seeing their good qualities and, you know, being supportive and all of these things. But are we also doing that for ourselves? Did we begin by doing that for ourselves first? And that's a very big problem. It comes out a lot in tarot. And that's why I even kind of went in on self-love here to begin with, because, you know, we say, oh my God, I overgave, I gave them the best of everything I had, I gave them everything. But if you're not doing that for yourself, then you're going to have that continued experience of trying to make up the difference between you and that person by overgiving, because you don't want to lose that person, because then the focus comes back onto you. And yes, I understand, I love that person, but, you know, do you love yourself? And it's not like, yeah, of course I love myself. No, it's not a glossed over answer. It's deep. Can you look in a mirror and feel with every fiber of your being, or even close your eyes, and with every fiber of your being, say to yourself, I love you. I love you unconditionally. I know that you have flaws. I know that you have faults. I know that you have made mistakes, and even let those things run through your mind. But I love you. I forgive you. I will give you everything. I will give you the world, because I will do my best for you. I will make free will choices that support the way that I feel about you. First and foremost, I will prioritize you over anybody outside of you. I will never take you for granted. I will not take one single breath or one single moment or one single, you know, anything that you would say to another person that you love deeply with your entire soul. Can you honestly say it to yourself? Because that is the key, you know, because without that, without being loved and without loving yourself entirely, when you love someone else, there's an element of projection. There's an element of, I can't do this to myself, but I can do this to you. And then it becomes, you prioritize that person over yourself. And then you sell yourself out day in, day out, moment by moment, piece by piece, in order to maintain some kind of connection with something that's just not healthy for you. And so the key to not falling prey to things like narcissists and just all of the stuff that's out there is loving yourself and always being willing to choose yourself no matter what. So I feel that there is this energy of finding the key, getting the key, being able to really follow your own heart or prioritizing your own heart. And with the King of Cups, this is like meeting yourself deeply, loving yourself deeply, and not being reactionary, being very much like, you know, I make very sound decisions even from a space of emotion. You know, they always say, like, when you're making a decision, don't really consider how you feel about it. It will lead you wrong. Well, if you are in a right relationship with your emotions, you can definitely consider your emotions without it being out of control, without it leading you astray. Our emotional self is something that we carry. It's our compass that we carry from lifetime to lifetime, if you believe that. And it's something where we have reactions to things that we don't understand. It's coming from that space. But it keeps us on our path. It keeps us on track. It's like our guide rails. It's the thing that bumps us back in. It's like the bumpers on a bowling alley. When you can't keep the ball out of the gutter, you got emotions to keep your ball out of the gutter. And you know what? If you don't harness them correctly, or if you don't have a good relationship with your emotions, what happens is it really tosses the ball completely off the whole alley, you know, the bowling alley. Gosh, you guys, I am not good with the sports analogies, but I'm always trying to use them. All right, here we go. Seven of Wands, the Devil, the World in reverse. Okay, so we all have this. We all do this with the Seven of Wands. There can be really elements that are within us that are resistant to change, or that are resistant, you know. It's like, you know, if you're someone that likes alcohol, let's just say, you know, like my dad, he loved apricot brandy, and he would come home from work every day. We were not allowed to talk to him for a half an hour. He would come home, he would change his clothes. He had this huge bar globe. It looked like a bar. It was very cool. It was from Germany. And he would open it up, and he would he would pour his apricot brandy into his fresh glass, and he would stand there and drink it and play. He had like a reel-to-reel tape system, and he would play it with these amazing speakers. God, I wish I had that now. But he would play his music, usually the Beatles or Simon and Garfunkel or Petula Clark, and drink his apricot brandy. And, you know, at times he told me flat out that alcohol, you know, like he was in the day and age where people drank at lunch. Like people drank all the time back then. I don't know. That's not my generation. But, and he was just like, there were times where I was like, I know that I like this so much that I could become an alcoholic. And we actually, like, I grew up in Washington, D.C., and then we had to move because my dad felt like it was getting out of control. Like the scene there was getting out of control. So, or like it wasn't going to be healthy for him and his long-term well-being. And so sometimes, you know, when we have something that is a rough cycle, or that something that is a temptation, or something that we enjoy, or something that has some kind of payoff for us, or it's something that we ourselves don't want to deal with or don't want to face, you know, even if it's like, you know, it can be like, you know, I really like, let's say I really want to buy a house, but I don't want to give up my Starbucks coffee. I don't want to give up going out with my girlfriends every Friday night. I don't want to give up, you know what I'm saying? It's like, you know, it's taking you away from the greater goal that you have for yourself. It's happening in little chips away kind of a thing. It's happening $5, $10, whatever at a time, instead of like in one foul swoop. And so it's kind of easy to sort of brush it under the rug, or to not look at it, or to not face it, or to sort of, you know, get ourselves to a better place eventually, and then sort of, or, you know, like for a month go on a real bender and not buy ourselves Starbucks one time, you know? But there is a cycle here that's available to close out. That is a real clearing of energy. That's this void where we have to clear out, you know, the energy that is holding us back or that is lower vibrational within us, if we really want to raise our vibration and create something completely new and different in our next chapter. We have to let this close out. And sometimes it's us with us. Well, most of the time we are the thing that's in our own way. And sometimes we'll identify it as something outside ourselves and really focus on that thing, when really, if we just turn the focus inside and realize the thing that is within ourselves that we're projecting onto that thing, we actually have a chance to eradicate it, close the cycle, and move on. And thus you have this opportunity here. So of course I'm going to clarify this Devil. You know, and keep in mind, this can also be your person's energy. They may not be able to go after what they want, or yeah. See, okay. So this is telling me, it's like, I'm not finding anybody that I want to collaborate with, or I'm not finding anybody that I can really share a vision with. It's like, I can't find a partner. It's like, I just can't find anyone who's decent to partner up with. And, you know, I totally understand that may be true. Or there's also this energy of every time I try to partner up, I end up rejected, disappointed, feeling worse about myself, with the Queen of Swords here, you have the opportunity to see this thing clearly, or you have the opportunity to experience something different. With the Queen of Swords, there's this energy of like, I've been through a lot, yeah. But it has made me wiser. It has made me smarter. And this may be part of this transformation that we see taking place here, where it's like, you have had a repeating cycle with the world in reverse. That is exactly what that can be, a repeating cycle, that it's like you have the opportunity to close it out, but you keep making the same decision over and over again. Because there is some temptation involved in it. There is something that you like about it, or there is something that is serving some kind of purpose for you. And you might tell me, no, there's not. You know, and I'm not judging, and it's not any of my business, and I got my own issues. So like, you know what I mean? Take it or leave it. Like, it's no skin off my back. But what I'm telling you is, you have an opportunity to change the narrative, and to say, instead of saying, you know, I was disappointed, or I've been rejected, or I've had all these bad experiences every time I've tried to partner up with someone, you have the opportunity to say, you know, I've been around the block a few times, and I've learned a lot in each one of those trips. And now I feel like I'm in a really empowered place to really see through the BS, and to really know if someone is going to show up for me, if someone is real, if someone means what they say or not. And I'm not going to set myself up for another cycle of being disappointed. So this can be where, you know, there may be a particular person who comes in all the time and is like, hey, let's work together. And then it ends up leaving you disappointed, and you need to close out that cycle. The Queen of Swords has a sword for a reason. She will cut you off. She will cut you off. If it's in her highest and best interest, if it's going to close a cycle that's been hard and created suffering and whatever, even no matter how tempted she is, she's not going to make that choice, because nothing is better than her own inner peace, her own well-being, and her own opportunity at wish fulfillment to have what she wants. She's not going to go through another cycle with, you know, knowing that every other time she's been made that same choice, she's been really disappointed by it. She'll cut it off. She'll stop it. She'll say, as tempting as that is, I'm not going to go down that path. I'm waiting for something different. When I see it, I'll know what it is, and I will choose it. I will have the strength and the peace of mind and the wisdom and the confidence to know that that's the one for me. And so, you know, be careful with that Seven of Wands. Be careful who you're resisting and what you're resisting, because, you know, when it's you with you, you know, I mean, and this is even like seeing the truth about people, guys. Like, you know, I've had people in my life who have really disappointed me, and I have, you know, I mean, in my life for like 40 years, where I've been like, oh, I see that. Oh, I see that. You know, I've made the observations, but I've been like, oh no, I love that person, like family members. And it's like, you know, it has every single time bit me. I have given and given and given. I've been there. Like, I can't even tell you how I have been there for my family. And let me tell you, I really don't talk to a lot of them. because they don't deserve my presence, and I am way better off and way more at peace. And I really fought that. I really resisted it. But it has actually been the best thing ever for me. And I'm not saying you should do that. We, to each their own. What is good for one person is not necessarily good for another person. We all have our things and whatever. But I know that when I have resisted myself and my own inner knowings, my own intuitive and my own emotional wisdom, I have really, really regretted it. Really regretted it. And I've always ended up seeing the light. It's always become so obvious and so glaring that, you know, there's just no other option but to use my sword and cut them off. And I am a Queen of Swords. I'm a Libra, you know, so at the heart of the heart of the heart, you know, that's me. So, you know, I feel like, you know, there is an opportunity here to break a cycle and to close a cycle and to get that key. And so what you create from that point forward is different, and it is reflective of that. And I can tell you just from my own experience that when I finally stopped resisting and I cut things off, man, my life way more resembles my wish fulfillment. I think I am kind of, in a lot of ways, living my wish fulfillment. I don't know, you know, I don't know what else I could want that I don't have. All right. I'm not like hugely materialistic. All right, here we go. Dang, you guys, look at this. Queen of Swords again on the bottom of the deck. Yeah, damn, you guys, look at that. The 10 of Wands in reverse with the Page of Pentacles. You guys know, if you watch me, the Page of Pentacles is that spiritual lesson. It's that key. It's that with the Hierophant is the spiritual gatekeeper. And when you get that key and you can unlock that, you get to elevate and you get to go to a higher level of, you know, of, gosh, I don't even know what to call it, but it is, it's like an advancement in every dimension of your being. You know what I mean? And so with the 10 of Wands, you've got a cycle here that's ready to close out, Pisces. And it's just about, you know, making a different decision, using that discernment, all of those lessons that you've learned, all of that information that you've gained in order to finally, you know, really close that out, learn that lesson and move on. Take the key and unlock the door in front of you. It's pretty awesome. It's pretty amazing. All right, I'm going to go one more round, and then I'm going to get some messages here. Wow. There's that Chariot. We started off with that bicycle. We've got the King of Wands in reverse, moving up to the Emperor. Wow. Oh my gosh. And what did I tell you? The simple life. Oh my gosh, you guys. Literally, I was like, this is the 10 of Pentacles, and it's making me feel the Chariot. And you end with the 10 of Pentacles and the Chariot. I'm not even kidding you. That's crazy. Wait, let me read this card again. It says, simple life, easygoing forever, the minimalistic lifestyle, making ends meet, happy on the inside, a practical relationship, finding joy in the small things. That's happiness. I honestly feel, see, the 10 of Pentacles is in Rider Waite, it's the Kabbalic tree of life. It represents that. And it's like, you know, those moments where you're like, wow, this cup of coffee tastes better than any cup of coffee I've ever had. This view, you know, watching the sunrise through the fog, over the mountains, whatever. It's like, I am completely at peace. I am completely in harmony. I am completely connected with the earth and all that is. You know, it's little feelings like that you have sometimes throughout your day. And it's collecting those small moments and treasuring them. You know, having the presence of mind to understand that that's as good as it gets. That's the best there is. Sometimes we think, if I just have this, or if I just feel this, or if I just, no, it is so much simpler than that, but we overlook it because we're not trained to understand that that is our happiness. We're trained to think our happiness is the new car, is the new house, is the Pottery Barn catalog. I literally read the best quote the other day, and it was like, it was Brene Brown, and it was, you're not born with a Pottery Barn catalog in your hand. You're not born with it. You're programmed that way. And you got to ask yourself, is that programming correct? You know what I mean? Is that programming leading me in the right direction? I think it can be wonderful because it helps you to be curious. It helps you to learn. It helps you to push yourself in ways to like make the money or to be existing successfully in the material world. And that you can really find out a lot about yourself through that journey. But it's not then about the money. It's about the journey of getting there. You see what I'm saying? And we're not we're valuing the money. We're not valuing the journey. We're not valuing what we learned about ourselves in the process. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, I've definitely not lived a perfect life, but I have thankfully gotten to a place where, wow, I am really kind of blissed out by the smaller things, or what maybe would be the smaller things. Fried zucchini. I'm so into fried zucchini right now, which is fried, so it's not good for me. But we have the King of Wands in reverse with the Emperor here, and there is this energy of like feeling sort of trapped. Like, I know what I want, but I don't have the opportunity to go after it, or I don't have what it takes to go after it, or things are against me, so I'm trapped and I can't go after it. And it's like, I want it, but I'm not able to just reach out and grab it. Two, I am completely empowered, me with me. I have all the tools. I have everything that I need. And it is totally within my control. I am a limitless being that can create and do anything that I want and can make any decision for myself. I'm completely empowered. I don't need permission. I don't need an obstacle-free path. I don't need, anything other than me and what I have in my relationship with myself. And then you have the Chariot with the Ten of Pentacles, which is like, hello. You're free to go toward this abundance. You're free to move toward this happiness. You're free to really experience the simplistic bliss in everyday moments and just be mindfully aware of them and be fully present to really, really, really enjoy them. And then you have the Queen of Pentacles on the bottom of the deck, which is knowing your worth, knowing your value, and actually feeling super secure, whatever it is that you have, whatever it is that you are, whatever it is that you nurture in your life. You're doing it with intention, you're doing it with love, and you're doing it with a sense of abundance. There is more than enough, and you are more than enough. And man, it's a super solid and beautiful energy. And when you are in that energy yourself, and when you are in that space of belief and feeling and understanding and deep knowing with yourself, what you are able to pour forth from you and give to others, it has so much value. It has so much strength. And people know it when they see it. People know it when they feel it. They know that you value yourself. They know that this is a hard-earned place that you have gotten to. And they know that that you know who you are and what you're about and what you'll accept and what you won't. And then you only attract this, your partner. Wow. And it comes flying in. Wow. Oh my gosh, you guys. Seriously, Eight of Wands, Ace of Wands, Queen of Pentacles. Come on. Let's go, Pisces. I'm here for it. All right, let's get some messages. If you're dealing with a water sign, I'm in a committed relationship, strictly sexual. This connection is passionate but not enduring. So there may be a third-party situation, but I don't think it will last long. I would do it all again. I am not over you. Mastery. You've learned the spiritual lesson. There it is, Pisces. I don't know what comes next. Obstacles, unhealed wounds are blocking forward movement. So this may be about your person, and you may have already overcome this, already discovered this, already figured this out, and you may already be on your way to this firm foundation. If you're dealing with a fire sign, I wonder how you feel. Do I still have a chance? I feel so drawn to you. I am recovering. Trust. It is safe to trust in this situation. Integrity. Does this situation align with your values and morals? Okay, if you're dealing with an earth sign, addiction, and addiction is affecting this relationship. I can't reach out. You broke my heart. Marriage. This relationship is moving toward a sacred union. I don't want you to go. Chemistry, this attraction you feel is mutual. I can't get enough of you. Abundance, you've done the work. Abundance flows to you now. And if you're dealing with an air sign, I hid who I really am from you. I don't know what you want. I want to start over. I'm waiting patiently. Intuition, you already know the answer you seek. I feel the sexual tension. Support, lean on your inner circle during this time, and I see life differently now. Dang, Pisces. I feel really excited about this energy and about this opportunity to end some kind of cycle of suffering and to like expand and grow and move into like a different, almost like echelon of cycles where maybe there is less suffering, and maybe there is more enjoyment. Even, since I have gotten to this place that I'm in, and not that I think that I'm in any other place than the one you're in, but since I have become someone who does really try to stay present in the moment and enjoys like really the simplest things in life, like the flavor of things, the smell of things, every single sunset. It sets out the back of my house, and I have these gorgeous cypress trees out there, and I just can watch the sunset, and it's just spectacular. Every single day, it takes my breath away. Even through my kitchen window, I have like plants in my kitchen window. I send my daughter that picture all the time because it just takes my breath away every day. And, since I have gotten to this place, me with me, I've endured things. My mother passed away. I've had really like a lot of things that really can rattle your soul. And you know what? It is so, I can always return to the present moment and to the bliss of the sun setting, my roasted dandelion root tea, you know what I mean? Like just these things in my life that I really cherish and make time to enjoy every single day. And it keeps me in this space of stability and overall happiness. And it's like you can take anything away, not my kids, not my husband, not my dog. But, I still have these little spaces that are just me with me to just take in and to appreciate and to enjoy and to look forward to every day. And it's good. It's good. It's simple and it's good. All right. Anyway, I don't know what that's all about, but I'm leaving that there. Guys, I really, really appreciate you. Thank you so much for showing up for me today. And hopefully this brought you some peace and clarity. If it did, I really would love it if you would, like, share, subscribe, comment, whatever. I would appreciate any and all of it. Until next time, you guys, I send you off with all my very best. Always, always, always. Bye-bye.